All right, a while ago I did a 32 beer triple elimination bracket. And who came out on top? Hofbrau. The beers that took place in that bracket, or took part in it, were mass-produced beers that are pretty much available anywhere. There was Mexican beer, there were German beer, there were Danish beer, Carlsberg, Netherlands. I had Sam Smith's Organic Lager, which is from England, Kronenbourg, 1664 from France, and of course, Budweiser, Miller, all the American adjunct lagers. And Hofbrau came out on top. Now, since that was only using mass-produced beers, or big beer, or whatever you want to call it, whenever I try a craft lager or a craft Pilsner, I like to compare it with some of the top beers of that 32 bracket challenge. And some of those top beers, other than Hofbrau, were Czech Budweiser, or Czech Bar in the United States. And Kronenbourg did very well. So I like to take a craft lager and compare it to one of those who did very well in the challenge to see how American craft lagers stack up. Now, what we have here, Three Sons Brewing from Florida, which calls itself Ocean Park Pils. So it's claiming to be a Pilsner. So, Pilsner Urquell is the original Pilsner, the very first Pilsner, the very first light-colored lager ever brewed in 11 November 1842 in Bohemia, Pilsen. That's where it gets its name, Pilsner Urquell. It did pretty well in the challenge. And we're going to see how this craft lager from Florida stacks up against the real thing, a real, honest-to-goodness Pilsner. Because a lot of beers calling themselves Pilsners aren't Pilsners. And according to the Czech government, this is the only beer that's allowed to call itself a Pilsner. Even all these other beers that are brewed in Bohemia, that are brewed in the same manner that this one is, they're not allowed to call themselves Pilsners. For instance, Czech Budweiser, Budweiser, is called a lager on the bottle or can. But on sites like Beer Advocate, Rate Beer, and so forth, it calls it a Bohemian Pilsner, because that's the manner in which it's brewed. But legally, according to the Czech government, it's not a Pilsner. Only this is a Pilsner. This is the standard by which all other Pilsners, or beers calling themselves Pilsners, should be measured. Some are better, and some aren't. I thought the Czech Budweiser was better than this, slightly. Now here's the thing. You take a look at these, and the Czech Pilsner is quite a bit darker. So, I guess I'll do this blindfolded to try to eliminate any kind of bias. Alright, so I'll close my eyes, mix these around a bit, taste them with my eyes closed, and see which one I think is better. We'll see if this Florida beer calling itself a Pilsner is as good as the original Pilsner. Yeah, this got some upfront hoppiness to it. Well balanced. Pretty good. I'm liking this one better. This one also has some upfront hoppiness, but well, at some point my camera shut off without me knowing it. And if you didn't see it, I picked this one over this one. This one is just well balanced, much better tasting from start to finish, whereas this one has a nice upfront hoppy taste, but it has a terrible finish compared to this one. So I'm giving the win to this one. Pilsner Urquell.